amazing fragrance. So if you're just tuning in, please get those pink ones before they're gone. So we are having issues this morning with our call center. I just want to remind everybody, please place your orders on QVC.com or on your app to get your orders placed, because you can't get through on the phone right now, but Frank's going to let me know as soon as the phones are working again. All right, so Stephanie's back, and Stephanie's always the one that's going to be our guest for Asclepias.
That's right.
Because she absolutely loves these. So this is a 6-piece native Asclepias butterfly bouquet set, and it's absolutely stunning. This debuted on February 4th. I already ordered several sets of these because,
awesome.
First of all, I love that they're like, instead of like, all one color, you get the multiple colors.
That's
and also
right.
They're like these little clusters of
yeah,
round
the
bouquets.
flower umbels are extra big.
So absolutely stunning, a must-have for all of your pollinator gardens. But tell us why, and they're on sale, by the way. You're saving $7.
Oh, excellent.
Tell us why these are important. You tell the story.
Yeah, you know, Carolyn, I say that this is the most important plant that my family, we bring to QVC, because this is the native Asclepias. You might otherwise know it as milkweed, but this is the only plant that acts as a home and a host to the monarch butterfly. And what I mean, why is that so important, is because the monarch butterfly population was actually just deemed an endangered species back in July of 2022. So by planting this, what will happen, Carolyn, is as the monarchs start to migrate, they have like special radars that look out just for this plant. And it's the only plant in the world that the monarch will lay its eggs. And once those eggs hatch to those beautiful caterpillars that we just saw, it's the only plant in the world that the caterpillars will actually eat the leaves of. So by planting this in your gardens, maybe in your patio gardens if you live in an apartment, you are truly doing your part in saving the monarch butterfly by providing them a place to lay their eggs and their food source, their only food source.
So, and the reason the monarchs have become so few and far between is because a lot of the wild Asclepias that used to grow everywhere was destroyed by encroachment of humans building buildings and neighborhoods and highways, and they killing it with weed killer, and so there was just none left.
Right.
And so the monarchs, because they don't lay their eggs on anything else, were just disappearing.
They had nowhere to go.
So when you plant this in your yard, you're really doing something great to help the monarch population.
Absolutely
A lot of people today, again, everybody's buying more than one.
Excellent.
And for your own benefit, not only to have the monarchs there, but it's a beautiful plant.
That's what I was going to say. You know, the monarchs don't really care what the plant looks like. They would take the native, the wild stuff that you find in the woods, but this has actually been bred, Carolyn. That's where the bouquet of the name comes from. It's been bred to be beautiful in our garden. So as you see, you mentioned earlier, the flower umbels are going to be bigger than on the wild or the native Asclepias, and you're getting 3 beautiful colors: yellow, orange, and pink. Whereas
2 of each.
2 of each. Yes, exactly. Whereas if you were to find this, you know, the native Asclepias grows 6 feet tall. This is going to be about 3 feet tall and 3 feet wide when it's fully grown. So as you see there, that beautiful orange plant, that's probably fully grown. So it's beautiful for your garden. It's a feast for our eyes, and it's a true feast for the monarch butterflies.
And all the other butterflies love it too.
Yes.
It's just that the monarch is very picky. And I read someplace, I was trying to figure out why they only lay their eggs on the Asclepias, and there's something when the caterpillars eat the leaves, it causes some kind of chemical, I'm not sure if that's the right word, but birds will not eat these caterpillars because they ate the Asclepias.
Exactly. Something happens within their bodies.
So they are actually this is a Mother Nature thing. They're actually protected from predators by eating the Asclepias leaves. And this does not kill your plant, by the way.
That's what we want.
This is a perennial. It comes back every year. But those little caterpillars then will eat the leaves and build their cocoons and turn into these gorgeous monarchs.
That's right.
And they're protected by eating. So we actually have Sandra Bennett actually did this whole thing in her backyard. This is
so beautiful.
Sandra's video.
Yeah, so she planted the Roberta's Asclepias, and her and her husband and their daughter brought in the caterpillars, and they made this beautiful, almost National Geographic time lapse of it, you know, emerging from the chrysalis and then releasing the butterflies back into the wild. And when I say, Carolyn, that this is the most important plant that we bring, it's truly because you are doing your part in saving an endangered species. The monarch butterfly, the population since the 1980s has decreased upwards of 90%.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
So there's very few monarchs left in the world. And so by planting this, truly, you know, I live in Southern California. My uncle here in Westchester, we all plant this in our garden. So if you live even as far north as the Canadian border, you can grow this. So any garden in North America should and can be growing.
And we're
this.
all becoming more environmentally conscious.
Yes.
And climate change is always in the news, and where everybody's looking at getting an electric vehicle and all those kinds of things. But this is something small that you can do that doesn't cost a lot of money, that makes a big impact.
For the monarchs and for yourself.
I mean, it's a really good thing to do. So these sell out every year because everybody realizes the importance of planting the Asclepias and when it's available. And the Roberta's Asclepias is by far one of the top-notch varieties and easy to grow. You'll have great success. Here's an update. We have 600 orders now placed in the show. What we have is all we have for the season, and it's on sale today. Not everything in the show is on sale. So
that's awesome.
This is a nice sale price, saving you about $7 per set. And Stephanie, sorry to interrupt you, honey.
Go.
I was just going to ask you, just for people wondering how many to get.
Absolutely.
How big did these get, and how close together do I plant them?
Great question. I was just about to say, if you can pick up multiple sets, I would highly recommend it. You'll have no regrets. One plant, so it's a 6-piece collection, Carolyn. This is one of the 6 that you'll be receiving. Once fully grown, by about 2nd or 3rd season, they'll grow about 3 feet tall and 2 feet wide, perhaps. So, keep that in mind when you're planting it in the garden. But I do want to recommend, pick up a few collections if you can. I actually grow this variety in Southern California. And last year at one time, I had 50 caterpillars on my plants.
Oh, wow.
I was so thrilled.
Oh, my
The next day, there were no more leaves. And so I was like, oh my gosh, they need more food. And I went to a local garden center. They didn't even have Asclepias.
Oh, no.
So, pick up multiples of this collection if you can. Plant some.
They're hungry little munchers.
Exactly,
Make sure you have enough plants for them.
Exactly. And, plant some where you're going to be able to enjoy seeing the monarchs.
Yeah.
And then my Uncle Court, he plants one collection way back, far away from the house, just so they have a little haven to themselves. You'll really enjoy seeing the monarchs fluttering in and out, and they're beautiful plants.
And you plant these in if you're creating a pollinator garden with your butterfly bushes, lantanas, all the different cone flowers, all the things that you want to plant in there. This is a perfect accompaniment to all of those. It's not going to get quite as tall as your butterfly bushes. This is like the middle row.
That's right.
You can plant shorter things like lantana in the front. But I mean, I really think you will love the color pop, all the butterflies that you get, the ease of care. There's like none.
That's right. And it's kind of your good deed of the year.
Yeah,
helping save the
you feel
monarchs.
good about planting these.
Exactly.
So, stay in the ordering process. You're getting a 6-piece set. A lot of people are buying more than one. And do that while we have them on sale and on 5 Easy Pays today. Okie doke. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Carolyn.
All right. So